Alright, so in this video, we are going to choose the winners of the giveaway, the course giveaway. So here are the applicants, and I'm going to explain what this is so you understand what's going on and you can see if you won. So first of all, I just want to say that I did have to trim a few applicants because they weren't subscribed to the list, and that was just one of the rules. So sorry if you got called, but that was the rule. I don't want to cut anybody. I feel bad, but that's the rule. So you don't see your name on here. It's probably because you filled out the survey, but you forgot to confirm the email subscription. So sorry about that. But anyways, now the way that this works is the first two letters of the name are shown, of your first name are shown, and the last two letters of the name of your email are shown. Now, if you have a custom domain like this one, then the last two letters of the custom domain are shown. If your name was only 2 letters long, or if your email was only 2 letters long, I still put a star there. That way nobody knows how long anything is. So this was a way that I thought I could obfuscate, the names and the emails so nobody can, really know who you are. Obviously, if you win, I'm going to send you an email and stuff like that. So you'll know that way too, but this way you can sort of see it live. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to use random.org, and I'm going to put in the 2 through 33 so we can see your row number here. And we will generate 2 winners. So let me double check. We got the 2 through the 33. So everyone will be included here. And then after this, by the way, we're going to do some Q&A. I'll answer some of the questions that you had, and also another question that I just get all the time. That's kind of personal. So, all right. So 13 is the first one, and that is, if your name starts with SH, I actually know who this is already, so I know they're going to be really happy, and I'm glad they won. I wish everyone could win, but we are having 2 winners, so your odds are pretty good. So if your name starts with SH and your email ends in 81@yahoo.com, then congratulations. And I'm going to bold that so I can remember. And let's choose one more. 21. Go to 21. And I'm pretty sure I actually know who this is as well. So congratulations. If your name starts with RI and you have a custom domain, it looks like. So your email ends in RD and your domain ends in es.com. So congratulations to these 2 people, and you will get an email from me soon here. So now let's go to some Q&A, some questions that you guys had that you asked through the survey. And also, I want to answer another question to satisfy people's curiosity, like why I don't use Skype. So that question I'll save for last, actually, because it's more of like a personal question. But first, let's go over some questions that you asked during the survey. So the first question, and some of these are just statements, but they're kind of questions. Be cool to also see what add-ons or plugins you find are indispensable. So in no particular order, I really like HTTP post, X-Browser, file management, the XAML UI plugin, and actually lately, this one's kind of special, the HeoPass, his plugin. I think it's just called the HeoPass custom plugin. I found that I've been sending people to that one a lot recently, and it's free, does a ton of stuff, and he updates it pretty frequently, so I think he deserves a special shout out and a big thank you from me and really all of us. So thank you, HeoPass, for doing that. Like the program, but need more details, tutorials for advanced features and operations. So you're not alone about the details for like advanced tutorials, right? You're not the only one. Most people actually, when asked what they want to learn, it's usually the high level stuff. A lot of people, they want to know everything, right? They want to know like X browser, HTTP post, and like just multi-threading and like all that stuff, right? And that being said, the most popular choice for your experience level was beginner, and the second was intermediate. Actually, like, I think there was one person that said expert, and actually I'm kind of thankful for that as well, because I didn't necessarily want experts for entering this, because I wanted people who are like more of the beginner level to win. That way it helps them, but also I realized that like I can't say don't enter, like it's really for everybody, like, you know, it's your choice to enter. But I just want to say thank you to the advanced people and the experts who did not enter, because they probably realized that, you know, they didn't need it as much as somebody else. So I'm really thankful for that. Anyways, so the most popular choice was beginner, but everybody wants to learn the high level stuff. And that's actually why my course is going to cover the fundamentals. Because believe it or not, that's what's going to get you from beginner to advanced faster than anything else. You really need a solid foundation of the fundamentals before learning the high level stuff. And once you understand the fundamentals, the higher level stuff becomes much easier. So that's something I'll talk about more in the sales video. But for now, that being said, I wanted to make a course on the fundamentals first, and then we can talk more like advanced stuff, right? Like, it doesn't make sense for me to come out with the first course being the most advanced. I want to bring people up first to that level, right? So after this course, we will cover more advanced stuff, and I'll continue posting YouTube videos, which sometimes will cover advanced stuff. So make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, because sometimes we'll just post stuff like that. Like, I want to make a second part to the multi-threading video, for example. But lately I've just been trying to finish the course, so YouTube has suffered a bit due to that, but the course will be out soon. And after that, you know, we'll get some more YouTube videos out. So one person said, I am feeling quite lost as to exactly how to get started. And I just want to say that this course is really going to be perfect for you, because in the beginning, we go slower. And I did that so that anybody can use the course to go from literally not knowing anything to having a solid foundation of the fundamentals. And of course, from there, you can go on to learn the higher level stuff, you know, but really, like, if you're a beginner, or even if you've not ever opened up UBot, you know, that's fine too. Like, the first video, I go over like an overview of like what stuff is in UBot, and what you can kind of ignore as well. Like, what you don't really have to worry about as somebody who's more of a beginner. Like, stuff you can just skip, and other stuff like, hey, like the debugger obviously is something really important, right? Like, that's something you're going to be working with from like pretty much day one. So I talk about these things. So I tell you, like, hey, this is what this is. You know, this is the web browser, like stuff like that. So if you've never opened the software before and that was your first time, you can watch that first video and like I'll tell you what stuff is. And if you're more familiar with it, you can kind of skip that first video, but definitely watch the second video where I cover commands and functions, because I say this is what a command is. This is why a command exists. This is its purpose, right? And I talk about functions and I say, this is what a function is. And I think that even people who use UBot before, they don't necessarily know, like, what is the difference between a command and a function? What is the purpose of a function? What is the purpose of a command? And I go over that in that video, because before we can even start using commands and functions, you need to know what the hell it is, right? And so even if you're, you know, a beginner and you've used UBot a fair amount, that video, that second video, is really where you need to start. And if you've never used UBot at all, you can start at the first video. So although you had a statement, you said, I'm feeling quite lost as to exactly how to get started. I guess I'm answering it like it's a question, and I'm saying, you know, if you want to take this course and, you know, you didn't win, if you win, that's awesome. But I'm not sure who asked the question, but if you want to take this course, you can start the first video and you can follow along, and it should make sense. Now, to ensure I was on the right track, all right, a few months ago, I literally had my own mother sit down and watch the first couple of videos. And then I asked her some questions to see if she understood what was going on, right? Now, my mom is a person who can basically check her email and log into Facebook. She knows how to click the like button. I don't even know if she knows how to change it, like to hearts and stuff. Like, actually, I haven't used Facebook in a while, but I know you use stuff to hold it down. I don't even know if she knew that. But anyway, so anything besides her email and Facebook is a total mystery. She has no idea how to use a computer, all right? I've like wiped her computers over the years like a million times. At one point I had her using Linux because all she did was press the power button, click on the web browser, and check her email. So I actually had her using Linux for a while because I was sick of her getting viruses because she has no idea what she's doing, right? So anyway, so I had her sit down and watch the first couple of videos, all right? So if she can understand what was going on, because I asked her some questions after about it, and she kind of get it, she was like, oh yeah, that was that thing that you talked about that, and, and I said like, well, what is this? Oh, it's that, so I think if she can understand it, anybody can, because she's totally clueless when it comes to computers. Anyways, when will the course be out? And, all right, the answer to that question is soon, trademark, right? The reason I don't have a date at the moment is because it kind of keeps getting pushed back. So I actually wanted this out on the 1st of November. Well, that was sort of like the date in my head. And actually, probably last month, it was probably even sooner than that, right? But the truth is that it'll be ready when it's ready. It's sort of like if you were to ask like Van Gogh when a painting would be finished, I don't know if anybody ever did, but I imagine the answer would be like, when it's finished. I just don't really know, right? It's not really something you have a deadline for. It's just sort of done when it's done. Now, that being said, right now, I'm actually working on the sales video. So it's not like it's going to be forever. Now, the sales video is taking some time because I want to sell the course, right? Obviously. But I also realize that a lot of you are my friends, so it's kind of weird to make a sales video for your friends. So with that in mind, I do need to illustrate my points, and I need to make a logical argument as to why you should buy the course. But I still want to maintain authenticity. I don't want you to feel like I'm just trying to sell something to you, right? Now, I do need to sell the course, obviously. I need to give you a reason as to why you should buy. And because I truly believe that the course is going to help you go from like either not knowing anything or being a beginner to really having a solid understanding of the fundamentals, which will get you closer to, everyone's goal of just knowing a lot of stuff, right? About doing the higher level stuff. Everyone wants to do that. Nobody wants to do the first part though, right? So I need to tell you why you need to do the first part, right? Anyway, so yeah, I need to like illustrate my points. I need to make a logical argument, but I also want to be authentic. I'm not trying to, go overboard, I guess you could say. With that in mind, like the first script that I actually wrote was like, if you were to have a ClickBank offer, right? Like a weight loss offer or something, it would have been like good for that. It would have like tried to convert cold traffic. So I had to like totally tone that down, tone it back and be like, all right, like I don't want my friends to watch this and feel like I'm trying to push them into buying this with like, different sales tactics and stuff like that, right? So, I had to like rewrite the script. I've actually rewrote the script a few times. And so I think I'm on the third like actual main version of like the script right now, for example. So so that's why it's taking a while. But even once the script is done, which the script is like mostly done, right? It does need work, but like I've got the like 6 pages or whatever written out, right? But after that, there's still recording and audio editing, which that part actually won't take too long. But the big part really is the graphics and stuff like that. That's going to take a couple days. So hopefully just a few more days. And after that, the course will be nearly ready. So now I want to switch to a more personal question because I get asked this because I've been asked this, I should say, like 100 times, maybe more. And that is, why don't you use Skype? Everybody loves to ask me that question. They're like, everybody uses Skype. Why don't you use Skype? So I can just talk to you and ask you questions. And that's sort of the reason why. Is because, I have used it before. But, like, a lot of you are my friends. So when I get on Skype, like, people just want to talk. And I'll end up talking to people all day. I'm not the best person at ending conversations. Like, where I grew up, people are extremely polite. I like to hear people out, make sure they solve their problems, But unfortunately, that means if I get on Skype, I'm hearing people out, I'm making sure they solve their problems, but like I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just talking to people all day, sometimes all night even, you know? So that's the main reason I don't use Skype, is because like I will have 100 or more even people talking to me. Before, when I used Skype a couple years ago, I think I had like 1,000 people on there. I spent 12 hours a day just talking to people on Skype. I never got anything done. So that's the reason I don't use Skype. That's also one of, but maybe not really the main reason I don't use social media. I actually don't like I don't like using social media. Like in my personal life, I log into Facebook twice a year probably. Like I actually had to log in there the other day, and then like I had a message from somebody, of course, so now I'm gonna sort of like over the next couple days log in and like make sure that I'm sort of keeping up on that conversation, because it's with a friend I haven't seen in a while. But in my personal life, like I don't have a Twitter. I've never had an Instagram account. Like when people ask questions about Instagram, I'm not getting on my phone to make an Instagram account to answer your question. So I'm sorry, but like I just don't really answer Instagram questions that require me to log in, So yeah, my personal life, no Twitter, no Instagram. Have a Facebook, but hardly ever log in. And so yeah, that's why, because that's why you don't see me having like a Facebook or Twitter account to follow on my websites. That may change one day. I'm thinking about it, making like a Facebook group or page or something. I realize that it's good because I can reach out and contact people there, right? Like I can post something like, hey, I made a new YouTube video, and like that's somewhere that people might see it. Or not, because of edge rank and all that other crap that goes into it, right? So, maybe 5% of the people see it. And that's better than nothing. So I may change that one day. But yeah. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long, so I just want to say thank you all for participating. And if I didn't answer your question, it's probably because either another question was similar or you just wrote a statement and it wasn't like a question. So if you do have a question, or maybe I accidentally skipped a page of questions, I don't know. If for some reason you have a question, you can always email me at sales@elitebotters.com, or of course you can message me on Ubot forums. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video.